Hello, potato. It's time to add some more stuff to the landfill with some blind box bag sphere things. And today I am revisiting something I didn't necessarily plan on ever doing another video on, but they were on sale for half off. So instead of $8, they were $4. So I picked up some more, as you can probably guess from there, or indeed reading the name of the video. We're doing Zuru Mini Brands Retro. It is a big piece of evidence that these are not meant for children, because children do not have any affinity for old food packaging like this classic Fruit Loops package. And just so you know, yes, it was always spelled fruit with two O's because there's no actual fruit in it. Now, as I recall, because it's been probably 6 or 7 months since I did the first video on these, I picked them up because they had a floppy disk. I mean, I was interested, it just seemed interesting. We had been doing all those KFC ones, and yeah, so they had a 5 1/4. I didn't get the 5 1/4. I got the 3 1/2, if it will focus on it. There we go. Yeah, I got the 3 1/2 disc. I didn't get the 5 1/4, and I wasn't sure I'd go back. I did get like the gold Skippy, and I got the holographic Pringles, as well as a regular Pringles there. If you're wondering, these bookshelves here are the ones from the Mini Brands books, because you get a bookshelf in every single package, even though you only get like 4 or 5 books. So yeah, I took my wife's extras and made a little shelf out of them to display other Mini Brands things on. We have 3 today. I think I only did 2 last time, because I think it's 5 in each sphere. But again, they were half off, so I bought 3, because 3 is what I could find. The blind box aisle in the shop was a mess, because a lot of the blind items were half off. I only bought these, because the rest of them are like the garden ones, and I just can't get into the garden ones. If they'd had like the foodies ones, I might have, but I don't think they'd make those anymore, because those had Jack in the Box in them. Let's crack open our first. Lots of landfill on these. Not like the older, like the original Disney ones, where they had like the Terry's chocolate orange of plastic. These at least just have a sphere, which you could actually use to store the bits in when you're done. And then you have lots of little bits of paper here. Now let's, it's been a while since we've done these, so let's refresh our memory on what we can get. It's a really weird assortment, because like there's makeup and stuff in here. Makeup, there's magazines and books. I would not mind the 5 1/4 floppy disk. Yeah, there's crayons, there's food. The Spam would actually be cool to get too. Perfume, it's just a weird, and you can see from what I got last time, it's a weird assortment. We got motor oil, a floppy disk, the Haribo, which was one of my favorites, because it's actually squishy inside, like a gummy bear package. It's like a little bit of foam or something in there. I guess they've done that in other things too, and it's just the first one I found it in. And of course, I don't know how you can see it on the camera. I don't want to touch it because everything will fall over, but those raisins package was like literally my childhood. I mean, I didn't generally eat them because I had hyperactivity and therefore was not allowed raisins. But that package, that design, was all over my childhood from everybody else's lunches. And of course, there's also some of these like, was it Magic Motion Moment ones? We never did get any of those out of the KFC. All the KFC ones I bought, and I never did get one of those motion ones. But I got the double down, which is all I really wanted anyway. So let's open these up, add to our little pile of landfill going off just off camera here, and see what we got today. And it feels like straight off we got, first thing out, a duplicate of the makeup of, what brand is this? See, I don't think that's why I don't think these are for kids, because like I mean, I guess your Barbie could use this, but what kid wants a little, like I guess 1970s or 80s era Revlon compact, which sadly doesn't open. If it had opened, that would actually be really, really cool, but it does not. And that is a common. That is a green level common. So first off, right at the door, a duplicate. Yeah, I think this is why I wasn't going to revisit these again. But again, half off. And I feel like those Make It ones are just more than I can successfully handle. 200. They have like ones now where you make like chocolate frogs. It's like, oh, that is so not going to work for me. Next up, we have a film reel. This is a common. It's Kodak film, like movie film. I don't know. I've never. This predates my childhood a little bit. I guess it's like Super 8 film or something, or 8mm film. Yeah, this is kind of, we're into video cassettes in my childhood. Ooh, this is a big one. What do we have in here? Still, it's cool. It's something I didn't have. Got Planters Peanuts. Again, this is packaging that slightly predates my childhood. I think I kind of remember maybe these being around. Like, I think they had like a pull ring on top. They didn't give you the plastic cap, but they were like a tin. They didn't have any, like, I don't think they had like a label on them. I think it was just like printed on the metal. You probably could find actually with a real one of these tins like at a flea market. People sell old food containers at flea markets. It's nicely rendered. I like it. It's a good big chunky piece too, which is always nice. Because instead of this, you get these like really slight things, and you get some like really kind of chunky things, and I don't know, get something for your G.I. Joes to play with. Next up, a can of turtle wax. Again, very well done. It's very nicely rendered. I'm guessing it must be 80s because it's got a barcode on it. So it can't be from like the 70s. I think I vaguely remember one of my youngest childhood days, stores where they still had to hand type in prices before barcodes became the standard. Does this? Yes, this doesn't have a barcode on it because it predates. This is like 70s. This is like 80s. That's probably a good way of telling, at least for the ones that have the, like the shelf packaging on them. Wonder what the Sunmade there had the barcode or not. And then finally, for our first sphere, we've got another tin of Pringles, which, yeah, no barcode. I don't think they looked like this when I was a kid. I think this predates me by a little bit. But yeah, we got one of those last time, plus we had the special shiny holographic version, which was, so nothing, I don't think we got anything that was rare in this first package. Pringles are common. Makeup is common. Film is common. I don't see the turtle wax. Maybe the turtle wax is rare. Same with the peanuts. I don't know if the raisins were actually an ultra rare. So yeah, the peanuts are rare, and the turtle wax. Oh, there's two different kinds of turtle wax you can get. There's a bottle and a can. Those are both rare. So hey, we got a couple rares. So that's cool. And only one duplicate. I mean, I only had 2 spheres of these before this. So I mean, that we didn't get all duplicates. Shouldn't. This one doesn't want to open. Shouldn't be as pleasantly surprising as it is. All right, this is like destroying my nails. I mean, I guess I could use the box cutter, right? But why? I mean, it's meant to be open. But I think, like on Treasure X, they would consider these to be layers of fun. Off to the landfill pile. Off to the landfill pile. Let's save these bigger things, so let's do these small ones first. Ooh, this could be another floppy disk. Maybe this is the 5 1/4. Maybe I got the 5 1/4 floppy disk. That would be cool. That's one of the things I would have liked out of this. That and the spam, I think, at this point. It is not. It is a book. It is, well, let me add this to my wife's book collection. It is just a composition notebook. It's got the line, it's got the line pages in it. Very shiny. This is very 80s. Yeah, it's got a barcode on it. I remember in the late 80s to the early 90s, things having these holographic effects on them, being like the super popular thing in school. Everybody wanted a holographic. That's a luxury. That's a luxury. Oh, so maybe that's why it's a holographic, because it's a luxury version. Because there's also a ultra rare version. I think this is the luxury one because it's holographic. Just like we had the gold peanut butter, which was luxury. Luxury. But still, I remember these holographic things being a big deal when I was like in middle school and stuff. But maybe that's just supposed to be the shiny version. Next up, we're going to be able to do a whole display of Revlon compacts. All right, let's do this one next. It's a big chunky one. It is Hershey's chocolate syrup. Again, I remember this still being around into the late 80s where they had the syrup. You could buy a can of syrup and you like punctured those old-timey triangular can openers. You'd punch a hole and two ends of the top of the can, and then you'd pour the syrup out into whatever you're using it on. Yeah, it didn't have a ton, because the plastic bottles were also coming in around at the same time. This does not have a barcode though, so this is like the 70s version. Again, nicely rendered. I mean, I like the detail on these. And again, you know, when I was a kid, of course, I didn't really like have dolls because I'm a guy, but I would have loved the stuff like for my He-Man. I mean, they're kind of wrong scale from He-Man. I wasn't allowed to have the big G.I. Joes. But this would be good for like the big 12-inch G.I. Joes or Star Wars figures. Next up, we got Frosted Flakes. Didn't have that one already. That is an ultra rare. Just like our Fruit Loops, just like our Gummy Bears. We've actually got... No, we've got like 4 of the ultra rares because the raisins are also ultra rare. That is a very old version of that. That is not what Tony looked like when I was a kid. You can win up to win $5.99 a week. What does that say? You probably can't read that. That's probably not focusing, is it? Capital activity. 5 a week for a whole so I guess it's $5 a week allowance for a whole year. It's back when $5 would have got you something. That's back when $5 could have gone to the matinee and gotten some popcorn, watched a newsreel and a cartoon. We didn't have newsreels still. We did have cartoons. When I was very, very young, we had the local theater that did actually still play like Disney cartoons before the feature sometimes. Usually because it was a Disney feature like Fantasia or something. And finally we have a duplicate of the cocktail peanuts. But yeah, that's a nicely done one. I like that. I mean, I would like the Spam or the, they don't stack. I feel like the real ones would have stacked. I'd like the Spam or the 5 1/4 floppy disk, but I don't hate the peanuts. Oh, wow. I mean, even when you get it going, it like falls apart on you. And still, none of these frozen moment minis. I've never seen a frozen, with all the different ones of these I've bought, which before isn't really that many. I've never seen a frozen moments one. I think I've seen them in like some of the store displays, but never like in the wild of, you know, here in the void space. All right, landfill's getting kind of full here. But it's our last one. It's our last 5. Let's see what we got, and we'll finish up this blind sphere video. We got, hey, there's the one I wanted. It's that 5 1/4 floppy disk. It actually comes out of the sleeve. I remember being disappointed that the 3 1/2 didn't, the little window didn't slide on it, but the 5 1/4 does come in the, I guess we got the luxury version because it's shiny. Yeah, we got the luxury version of the 5 1/4 disc, which I wouldn't have minded the normal one, but hey, I'll take a shiny holographic 5 1/4 floppy disk. This disc, for those of you who don't know, probably had enough space on it to hold me saying the words "this disc" at a very low resolution compared to, like, you know, this video you're watching now, which would probably take around 1,000 of these to hold it. Ah, the olden days when tech was crap, but also less malicious. That's a big thick one. We'll save that for last. I'll do this one like that. I thought at first actually this was like another Pringles, but it doesn't feel right. It feels too squat. It is, Diet Coke, just for the taste of it. Diet Coke, is it? Okay, it is more of it is like the modern top though. They used to have where they had like the pull tab, where you actually like pulled off a little metal strip. I had those in juices I was I never had any on the sodas or anything. I know beers had them, but I wasn't drinking beer in the 80s. What is our Diet Coke? Is that a common? I mean, I feel like that should be. Yeah, Diet Coke is common, so is Fresca. Well, I'm surprised they don't have Coke, like Coke Classic, or, I mean, I suppose I could do New Coke, but I think that Coke would like to forget, and would like you to forget, that New Coke ever existed. Also, the irony of calling something from 40 years ago new would be funny. But then again, we call New York, New York, and it's, 100 years old. Next, this is... Honestly, this is the first one I'm actually disappointed in. It's an ever-ready 9-volt battery, but it's paper. It's cardboard. It's like a cardboard box. Is that like just that far before my time? Were 9-volt batteries ever like cardboard boxes? I don't remember them. I remember having, seeing ever-ready batteries that look like this when I was a kid, but is this not a 9-volt radio? No, it is 9. No, it's 9 lives. Radio B battery. Is this not what I think? I mean, because it looks like a 9-volt, sort of. No, I guess it's not 67.5 volts. What was this for? Okay, this is definitely before my time because I don't know what this kind of battery is. Huh? If you are of an age to know what a Radio B battery is, because I was thinking 9 volts, but I mean, if that's the case, it's weird that it's in a cardboard box and the connectors on top are definitely not to scale for a 9-volt. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's common, but I don't know what it is. Huh, very weird. It's the first thing I've gotten, I think probably the only thing in that entire list that I could not identify correctly, even if it's before my time. All right, 2 more bags left. I didn't realize there's a VHS cassette in here. That would be cool to get to, but I don't think we're getting that. We're almost done here. I got a duplicate of the raisins. I think they were a rare, right? But I think these are not this. I mean, they had big boxes, but to me, this makes me think of the little lunch-size packages. But I think they did have full-size boxes that would be to scale. I don't know. Did they? I don't think actually. I mean, maybe they did have boxes of raisins that were almost as big as a box of cereal. That's a lot of flipping raisins. I feel like this may not be to scale properly compared to everything else. Everything else is kind of like Barbie doll scale, and this is maybe a little oversized. Can you imagine how many raisins that would be? Ugh, yuck. Yeah, I remember the little one that looked just like that everybody had in their lunches, except for me. And finally, we have bananas. Bananas. Specifically Dole bananas, container shipped premium packed Dole bananas. They're actually like a little, can we open this without destroying it? Yeah, there's actually like a little plastic pile of, they're even like textured on the bottom. That's cool. I kind of thought that would just be like flat plastic down there. Yeah, it's a bunch of bunches of bananas. Well, that's definitely the most unique thing. I like that. That's cool. That's neat. They're small bananas though. Yeah, they're not. So yeah, these things aren't all to the same scale because that is one humongous can of peanuts, which legitimately may be. Because like this can is taller than a banana. Bananas were not markedly shorter in the 80s. I would assume not in the 70s either. So I feel like, yeah, these are not all to the same scale. Yeah, because again, look at that can. Well, no, yeah. Because that can of Coke was way off to, well, probably everything. I mean, a can of Coke the same size as a notebook paper? I don't think so. So yeah, maybe that is just supposed to be, it's not a weirdly oversized box. It's not to the same scale. I guess really none of the stuff, because like a 5 1/4 floppy and a 3 1/2 floppy shouldn't be exactly the same size. It's literally the measurements. They should be like almost 2 inches bigger. But still, we got a couple of the luxury ones, so that's pretty cool. So I still don't know if I'll do any more of these or not. I suppose if I see them on sale again, maybe I will. We got some luxury ones. I do like the peanuts and the syrup and the Diet Coke. I don't quite get that. I think the bananas are kind of neat. And again, I think, for whatever kind of imaginative play you're doing, these could be nice set decoration, or depending on what kind of hands your figures have, maybe they could hold some of it. I got like 3 of these Revlons now, though. That's excessive. But they all. This one, I still, just a little disappointed in, just because And it doesn't feel as good as everything else. I mean, it feels like it fits along with this, but this, this actually is what the real boxes kind of felt like. Yeah, this is my least favorite from today's haul. Least favorite is the battery. Most favorite is the 5 1/4, because that is one of the things I initially wanted out of the set. Not necessarily the holographic version, but, I will take it. I do really like the Coke. I do really like the peanuts. Yes, I did put those down in the opposite order of what I said them. I like the journal, even. Again, I feel like we really did have like in the 80s and 90s, late 80s, early 90s, holographic covers like that. But this is supposed to be just a luxury version of a normal composition book. And overall, except for the Ever Ready, I think they're all nicely rendered, well done, nicely detailed. Like all like you could, a person of the right age could probably remember exactly when this Frosted Flakes box was in circulation. It predates me, but also I didn't have like Frosted Flakes as a kid. But yeah, cute, fun, lots of landfill as a result from it, but hey, that's life. Enjoy it while you got it. But what do you think? Have you been collecting the Mini Brands Retros? Is there a second series coming out? I kind of hope not. I mean, I got the main things I would want. The Spam, I suppose, would be the thing I would go after now if I got any more of these, like if they went on sale again for half off or something, I might pick up some more and try to get a can of Spam. Spam's pretty cool. But otherwise, I definitely won't buy any more at full price. But we'll see. If there's another videos in the future, or if you're watching this way beyond when it's posted, and you do a search for retro and there's more of them, and I guess I found more of them. But where I am, when I am, I don't know. But I'd like to know what you think about the Mini Brands Retros, or indeed just your thoughts on Mini Brands in general. Why are you collecting them if you are? Why aren't you if you aren't? I'm guessing the answer to that is because they're junk. But let me know in the comments below. But I hope you found today's video at all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.